Well, I mean, it's difficult, of course. The isolation can be a challenge, which everybody in the whole world is experiencing right now. But I'm looking at a lot of the positives, spending more bonding time with my husband, my son. You know, I'm getting to write a lot more music because normally I'm having to make time to write music, and now the time is there, so it's a real luxury in that sense. I'm doing a lot more cooking and more nurturing home life things that I do enjoy. So far, I mean, and we're healthy. That's the number one thing. We're all feeling good. I'm somewhere very isolated, so there's no neighbors around us. We're really, out in the middle of the woods, actually. So we're more isolated maybe than somebody who does have an immediate neighbor. But we're watching it on the news, and of course, I sent out a message to the healthcare workers. I still think that we need to be reaching out to each other wherever we are. So, and people are doing that. It's really wonderful. It's great to see the support, and just because we aren't in contact physically, we need to stay in touch for sure. We're eating pancakes every second morning, but then, that's normally something we would do once a week, but now it's every second morning. Definitely turn to the comfort foods, but I'm making soups a lot, so those are nice and they're light. And binge watching, yes, I'm guilty of that. I'm watching Below the Deck right now. It really gets your mind off the seriousness of what's going on in the world, so it can be helpful, But otherwise, I'm staying pretty active. I'm getting out and brushing and feeding my horses and playing with the dogs, and I think it's important to still maintain a balance of whatever you can and not let yourself get in a slump over this.
You know what's weird? Can we talk about your son for a second? Because I just remember him as being a little boy, and suddenly we're talking a teenager who is following you into the music business. Tell me about your son, who's now a handsome young man.
Oh, he's definitely a man. He just turned 18 this year, so his life is all starting, of course, and he's decided to be in the music business. He's a producer and a writer. He's heading into a career that I know very well, so it's interesting and it's fun because we work on some things together, and it's a great feeling just watching him and see how much he's grown over all these years, and it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to share music with him.
Have you collaborated on anything, or have you got ideas in the future to work with your son?
Well, he writes a lot of music that inspires me, so I'll get in there with him and put vocals and lyrics and things to some of his music. So we'll see if that develops into anything serious. His music style is very different than mine, but I think we do some really cool things together. So we'll see. We'll see how that all comes out. He's got his own ideas, of course. He doesn't, he's very passionate about his own direction. So we'll see if I get a chance to be on any of his music projects. I'll feel so lucky if that happens. Yeah.
You know what? Back when life was normal, before the pandemic, I was thinking, maybe I'm going to go to Vegas for a little long weekend and some sunshine, check out a concert. Oh, look, Shania Twain's doing a residency again in Vegas. I guess that's all wah-wah. So what is it like, anyway, living in Vegas at these residencies? Because most of us just fly in and fly out. What's it like when you're there for an extended period of time?
When I'm there for an extended period of time performing, with the residency, I have my horses there. So I'm going, a typical day would be, feeding the horses in the morning and then, getting ready to go off to the show. It's a bit of a drive into the city and then enjoy that evening and have some city fun, maybe go out for dinner afterwards, which is, we do that often, and then go home and hug my horses goodnight. And then when I have days that are no shows, I ride out in the desert. It's really beautiful. So I enjoy the lifestyle in Vegas a lot.
Has the Prime Minister tapped you to help spread the message that people should do their duty and stay home to protect everyone, including healthcare workers?
Well, we did. There's a bunch of celebrities that got on an effort a selfie effort to and posted to encourage people to stay home. Mine was stay home, but you don't have to stay in. You can get out on your porch or your balcony, like you were just saying, and get some fresh air. You don't have to stay in. You know, many Canadians have yards, or most of our apartment buildings have balconies and things like that. So I encourage people to get out a little bit and not just stay in. I think it's very tempting to become a couch potato during this time and binge watch things, but it's good to get out too. You know, you gotta get out and get some fresh air. Just don't make contact with other people right now.
You have an appreciation for healthcare workers because you had your own healthcare. I think it was it in 2003 with Lyme disease affecting your voice? What was that like for you?
Yeah, no, that was terrible. I had, it wasn't just my singing voice, but it was also my speaking voice. So I couldn't yell out for the dog, or, you know, I couldn't speak in groups of people. I could never project. So for several years, I really felt that I would never sing again. And it took all that time to get to the bottom of what it is and what it was. And it was Lyme disease that had damaged the nerves in my larynx. It's a very elusive disease, Lyme disease, because it affects, first of all, it's difficult to detect sometimes, and it's also very difficult to determine what health issues are associated directly to the Lyme disease. And there's always such a variety of things. It's not the same for every person. So it took me a while to sort it out. It was a real mystery. But I'm back on track now, and I'm very, very so happy that I persevered and, you know, even got to the point where I can record and get on stage and sing and enjoy the expression of the voice again.
Yeah, I mean, so many people love your work. So many different parts of the world claim you as their own. But of course, Canada says, no, Shania is ours. My final question to you, are there any parts of that girl from Timmins, Ontario that still really resonates with you today?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a northern girl, no doubt about it. It's just, I feel like it's just in my DNA. I love the trees. I love the smell of the air. I love, you know, the comfort foods are always the comfort foods from my northern life, childhood. So it stays with me no matter where I am. All of those things.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're very proud of you. Someday I will get to Vegas and I will see you at your residency. I hope you stay healthy and safe. And thank you so much for talking to us, Shania.
Oh, thank you. Yes, stay safe. Thank you.